Alright, so the documentary continues because it seems as though we had volume this time. Alright, so it seems as though we have volume, and I'm sitting here in the dark because that is what I like to do. I like to sit in the dark and I like to smoke my cigarettes, and I like to pretend that the world is calm and peaceful, and that it really is. And with everything warring into each other, what happens is that contention develops when that warring is left to itself. And the contention then is the understanding, and somewhere after you sift through all of the contention, you find understanding. And you do. Now, some of the contention which is left stays for a little while, but eventually it all gets sifted through. And it's just fine. And, Reverend, if you want to know anything about what someone is experiencing, what would you say to them? What would you say to them if they were experiencing a rather powerful dose? Oh, well, of what? Because you see, we're speaking of kiddie porn at this time. You know what? That's a good point, Liana. And let me just say that Liana Diabolique has offered a very interesting message to all of you. And Liana Diabolique has said that kiddie porn is about the fondling aspect of kids with each other. And that is what it is to Liana. So kiddie porn would actually be kids with each other and not simply a grown individual which would seek to and perhaps penetrate a kid. But it is not so much that it is about that which Liana has said, but it is that which it would simply contain. Well, yes, Liana Diabolique did say that. And Liana Diabolique is a theistic Satanist. And Liana Diabolique is a theistic Satanist. And so we've heard from a theistic Satanist on that topic. And now I would like to hear from Peter Gilmore on this. Peter Gilmore would like to speak on kiddie porn. All right, well, Peter Gilmore, I would like to say that kiddie porn is an abomination to me. That's wonderful, Peter Gilmore, that you've said so and that you've been able to clear your name. Because some have tried to smear Peter Gilmore as being accused of many things, including holding a NAMBLA membership. And even though NAMBLA would probably be in strong support of kiddie porn, NAMBLA is one of those organizations which are on the fringe of society at present, which includes everybody. Everybody that ever did anything is on the fringe of society, because that's where they live. You know, they influence from the outside. And Peter may very well hold a membership card for NAMBLA because he might have wanted to support them in their efforts, because those on the fringe are very few. And they are. Let's take a call. All right, well, this is Chad Blackburn, and I wanted to say that I support, Chad Blackburn would not like to be included in this documentary. And so Chad Blackburn has left. Yes, Chad Blackburn, Peter Gilmore, Sarah Silverman, Larry Flint, and I think that is all so far. And now we'll be hearing from Mr. Lindsay Ashford. Mr. Lindsay Ashford would like to have it said that the Joy community proudly supports the idea of kiddie porn. This is a rather revolutionary decision, are you sure? I am sure. We've recently come into contact with an individual which seems to suggest that we have more power and more ability to say so. How strong is that support? That support is ebbing as a result of you speaking on such things, and how much of that can be recorded for the future? Not very much, but a little bit can. Well, what can be said for the future, Lindsay, in truth? Ashford. For the future, it can be said that kiddie porn causes was said. That's the way that we talk. from time to time, causes certain things to happen in society. Now, do you understand, Lindsay? Yes, kiddie porn causes was said. Certain things to happen in society was said. I think that what kiddie porn causes to happen in society is that society grows up and society matures. And society eventually realizes that it's probably not such a big deal to be gay. Right. With kiddie porn in the world. Right. And that it's probably not such a big deal to have been born female and think that you should be male because you just don't feel comfortable being female. Right. And that it's probably not such a big deal to go on and say to your friends and close family, if you use those words to say so, that you like the young, that you prefer the young, but that for now, for right now, you're going to get married to someone close to your own age, and you're going to have a happy life. And maybe you wouldn't even say so until after 10 years of marriage. Maybe not. So you see, that could work. Yes, it could. All right. So that's possible now. Yes, it is. So that's possible now. After 10 years of marriage, you can say to your close friends and family, and be in good keeping with society, that you prefer the young. And society will understand. The Joy community bravely marches on. Yes, it does. Now you can tell from my expression that I'm Joy. And I am. I've been a member of the Joy community publicly for some time. Although it's just been a few short years, in truth. It's some time. And I want to say something. I want to say if someone is seeking to impersonate Peter Gilmore because they like the way that I talk, then first of all, I'm flattered. And second of all, if that's the Reverend, then I want him to know that I support him. And I do. And I want him to know that Stanton is doing well. And everybody is doing well. And if you want anything to happen, then make a documentary about a topic like kiddie porn. Interesting words. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Reverend, there are certain things which shouldn't be said. I understand. Or I will. And that's what can be said of Blanche Barton by me at this time. You won't understand, but you will. So do you understand what that means? Yes, we do. All right. Now, Marilyn Manson, I want to know what you have to say about kiddie porn. I think that you might want to say something about it, and I would really like to hear your thoughts. Kiddie porn is, to me, something that would be interesting in the world. Right. No, kiddie porn is something that would change the way some think, and it would. It would make kids more adult than ever before. Yes, it would. And it would allow some to understand that the young have a voice. I agree. I do. Are we really going to hear from Big Nambla? We don't know. Yes, you are. Reverend, we want you to know that We are. We are NAMBLA. We are the North American Man-Boy Love Association. And we want to let you know. Why are you so disappointed? They said that they were NAMBLA. Why is that such a big deal? An old drift, yeah. Occurred in the 70s. There were 3 deaths. Oh, why didn't it happen? No. NAMBLA, do you want to talk about kiddie porn? It's a documentary. Yeah. Kiddie porn is something that NAMBLA supports. And it is. Kiddie porn is something that is going to be important and beautiful in the world. And it is. And what do you want to say about the tragic events that occurred in the 70s, if you wouldn't mind? I'll just jump right to it. It has to be done. No, it has to be done. Those deaths occurred because those individuals were doing something against the government. Those individuals were doing something that was against the government. And they were. And so NAMBLA had them killed. You had them killed. NAMBLA got together and had some of its own members killed. Is that true? They're saying that they did. NAMBLA has taken responsibility. Big pants. Yeah. And did you serve time? That's incredibly impressive. No, it really is. They served time for that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's... Well, you know what I want to do? I want to have a big event. I want to have a big event right now for NAMBLA. Why? Because their members served time for those individuals which were killed in the 70s. They did that to each other, they said. They said that they killed those individuals in the 70s themselves. Yes, they did. Because they were acting against the government. That's major. That changes my whole view of them. What did you think happened? I thought that you killed those individuals because they were seeking to aid the gay community more than NAMBLA, or something like that. Or they were trying to work to uncover the truth of ethics. Ah, so you thought it was something like that. For some reason I did. Why do you get such little respect? I don't know. You are. Reverend, if we wanted to see that, we know that it would. We know that it would, Reverend. And what are we seeing now? It's going to rain in hell in the springtime. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's going to rain in hell in the springtime. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's gonna rain in the hell in the springtime. It's going to rain. So what is that? Isn't that a beautiful little melody? Yeah. I just thought of that. Just then. And it's a little event for NAMBLA. All right. Just a few should attend. All right. But I really wanted to do something for them. Because if they had some of their own members go to prison for those deaths in the 70s, that's taking responsibility. That story needs to be told. Yes, it does. Well, see, this is a documentary. Would any of you like to speak on this documentary about that? Because this could really be great. A wonderful opportunity. And let's just answer a few questions. Okay, first of all, the individuals were Harris Yulin, the actor. No, listen, this is a documentary. It needs to be professional. All right. It's we now have the ability to talk more. We want to say that those individuals were members of our organization. They were killed for the following reasons. 2 were for conspiring against the government. The 3rd was killed because it supported a right-wing cause associated with the neo-Nazi agenda. Understanding. And it was called Waco. Could we be serious for a moment? Yes. I'm really trying to get to the bottom of this in a very short amount of time, and if you'd like to talk to me about something that I can say on the air, I would, and I will. All right. Those individuals were killed because they acted against us. All right. So that's what happened. Yes, it is. So they acted against you, so you killed them, or you had them killed. Yes. Right. So they were against NAMBLA policy? They were, so you had them killed. Yes. Strength. Yes. That's fascinating. All right. Well, I want to hear from Girl Love Garden. Why do you want to hear from Girl Love Garden? I was a member of Girl Love Garden for a little while, and I'm still a member of Girl Love Garden. My name is the Reverend. Hello. Girl Love Garden does not want to speak on a documentary about kiddie porn, do they? Girl Love Garden would like to be part of this documentary, and we would like to say that kiddie porn is one of those things that we can support, and we can say that. And we wanted to make everything happen for you, and we did. And so, Reverend, you can say that now. You can say that it worked out for you. And if you want to go forward in life as a member of the Joy community, you can. Because Girl Love Garden will now speak. Girl Love Garden would like for you to know that this is a free society. And in a free society, you can say such things as, I would like to have sex with an underage girl. And it's not illegal. That's very true. And if you want to say such things, then do so on the website. And they've started saying so. Wonderful. What would you like to say about kiddie porn, Girl Love Garden? It's a documentary. It's a big opportunity for you. If you'd like to say something, NAMBLA's already spoken. If NAMBLA spoke, then we will. All right. Kiddie porn is like this. If you have kids in a video situation, what they're going to learn is that it's a time of respect. And they're going to learn that it's professional. And they're going to learn that such things need to be as so. And they're going to learn that such things need to be as so, because if it isn't, then the director will be displeased, and the kids can grow up and know that. Do you think that they can also learn about each other? I do. And do you think that they can grow and mature if they have differences about each other, which would allow them to do so and then find their understanding in those boundaries? Yes, we do. All right. And so in those ways, in those understandings, they can find those boundaries in themselves. Yes, they can. And yet they're not boundaries because they would then overcome such things and it would be as so, maturity, 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 and then they would just be more mature. Yes, they would. And would you agree with that? I would. Oh, it's been thrilling having you as part of this documentary. Have a wonderful day. Ooh. All right. Sancho. What would you like to say? Would you like to say anything about Kitty Bourne, Sancho? Or are you spending time with your little girl right now, and are you concerned that your comments might present you with a concern? I am. Sancho is a respected member of the Joy community and is having a wonderful life. And so I certainly wish them well as their Reverend. Well, that's wonderful then. Good day, Reverend. Good day. All right. Well, if not anyone else, Sarah Silverman would either like to say something or would not like to say something. Sarah Silverman would like to remind you that if you may have spoken before, that's wonderful. That's very helpful. I really appreciate that. Susan Sarandon has said that for the growing up in film aspect, which is what this documentary is called, and it is, that the following needs to be known. Susan Sarandon was not molested, but grew up on film in the following way. She was in front of an audience, and she grew up on film in front of them, and she taught them the way to live, I would say. And she taught them how to do certain things in life. She taught them how to be strong and fearless and courageous. And she did. And Tim Robbins taught everybody how to be strong and macho, and did, in Shawshank Redemption and other films. And Reverend, if you want to say anything, I want to say that I think Susan Sarandon has had a hard life. And I think that she has. And growing up on film means looking or being broken on film and having some see you be beautiful and grown and strong and remaining strong and growing up on film in that way. Like you're growing up and you're filmed while doing so. And that's why I've called it growing up on film. All right. And I've also spoken of Jodie Foster and Jodie Foster in Taxi. Would you care to comment on that? I did a role. I liked it. I'm done talking about it. I didn't know that, Jodie. Good day. Good day. And Dakota Blues and Hound Dog, and I've talked about that in the past. And that was important because it taught the world that Dakota Blue was a real actress because of that scene in Hound Dog, which I have not viewed in its entirety as of yet, I don't think. But it's said to have been something that a real actress would be engaged in. Real actress here meaning that it was a grown part for an adult, and so growing up in film, I think, would include that. And so, well, Kevin, what would you like to say about The Woodsman? And this is a documentary for Kitty Bourne. I would like to say that if this is a documentary for Kitty Bourne, that I do not want to be part of it for the following reason. It's not. It's an individual seeking fame. All right, so it's you. And I don't necessarily know anything about you in any way, do I? Not necessarily, sir. Not necessarily. but I sure did enjoy talking to you. All right. Well, good day. Good day. So even though that part of the documentary couldn't be found, I'd like for everyone to remember that this has been a very worthwhile experience for me. And if anyone else would like to say something, all they would need to do is simply allow some time in their day and to begin speaking, and then we might make a fine documentary, and we might do so. And at 25 minutes, this is a documentary which I'm proud of. And so, good day. Day is day. The Reverend and Dr. Robert Allen LeVay Reynolds, known as the Reverend, known as Nsime Due Rex, Patriarch, Reverend and Dr. Robert Allen LeVay Reynolds. Good day. Day is day.